Hello, LTA Movieclub. My name is Meta, and I am just joining the movie club, and I'm really excited. So, the first movie to review is Food Inc., which is a documentary about the food industry and the production of foods in America, which was really interesting to watch, but it kind of left me with the general notion of, ugh, oh God, no, make it stop. It was hugely disgusting on so many levels. When you'd see like the big scenes where they'd like fly in a helicopter over those like cattle farms or whatever, which just like miles and miles and miles of pure cattle, like, ew. And that you knew that they were just like bred for slaughter. And I was just like, oh, oh no. And watching all the chicken coops, like the houses where all the chickens are, and like the mutations they do to the chickens. What they do is they give them growth hormones, because the chicken, like when we go buy a chicken at the supermarket, the chicken's not normally that big. That takes months to make it to for a chicken to grow that big. But what they do is they put growth hormones and everything in it, so it grows faster, like a lot faster, but so fast that its legs aren't able to withstand the weight, so they can't stand on their legs, so they're basically just lying in chicken shit all day. That is disgusting. That's disgusting. I watched this movie with my dad, and he's already told me a lot of this stuff, which is why I started only eating like eco-friendly foods and everything, because I was so disgusted about how we treat like animals. And I'm not a vegetarian, not at all. I love my meat, but I don't like the mass production of meat, and I don't like the way that we just put growth hormones in everything. And like then they were talking about the firm that also made Agent Orange putting these chemicals over soybeans or whatever, and then you had to purchase all your stuff there. Like, what is that? You're not allowed to do that. That is so wrong. So wrong. I don't get me wrong, I love this movie. It's nice to get a bit of an insight, but it was also just like bad news keep hitting you and hitting you and hitting you. And you saw a family that couldn't buy like normal groceries for their families, so they had to like go to McDonald's or whatever. What kind of world do we live in when that is actually like a thing? Like, I hate going grocery shopping because I know that it's going to be really, really expensive, because I live on my own and I only have myself to depend on. I only have to buy foods for myself. But even though buying foods for myself, it's like crazy expensive if I want the good stuff. And then you have to sort of compromise. So not all my foods are eco-friendly, but I try to have like my chicken not be what they call neutral marinated, I believe, which is basically where they take old chicken and stuff it full of like salt water. It's just disgusting. So I stopped doing that. I'd rather pay a bit more for meat and then know that it was produced and like had a somewhat decent life, which is nice. I like the fact that they showed the other side of it. They showed that farmer who had his own little country house and everything, and like he produced his own chickens and let them live a proper life and everything else. It was really, really good. But there are so many points in this movie where I was just like, oh, oh, God, it can't get worse. And then it did, because then they showed a kid dying, and then like it's just all just a bit too much, when a documentary is just like hitting you with information like constantly. It was like that, and then you just felt like I'm not gonna eat for days. And literally, I was eating I was watching it with my dad, and I was eating, and I was like, yeah, I'm done. Yeah, I'm done. I'm not having any more to eat today. And didn't eat the next day, and then I started eating a bit again, because like you can't survive not eating. But it was absolutely disgusting. I felt sick to my stomach. Like, horrible. Horrible. Really. I can't believe how many times I was just exclaiming, like, ew, and like, oh, like, it was that bad. There were so many scenes where I was like, oh, just make it stop. Just make it stop. But I'm glad I saw it because it gave me an opportunity to see into what kind of world we actually do live in. And I'm sort of happy I'm not from America, but I know we do have that practice in Denmark as well. So, yeah, it definitely gave me a lot to think about, and I'm happy I watched it. But I'm also happy I'm not watching it anymore. So I recommend this movie just purely because it's something you need to see. You need to see how the food production is. But it's not a movie I enjoy watching. So yeah, that's my review on Food Inc. I hope you like it, and I'll see you next LTA Movie Club. Bye.